folks, and welcome to Technicational. Today we're looking at the Galaxy J7 from Samsung. Today is the full review of this device. So this is a device that most people don't actually know about. A lot of people don't know about the J series. As I said in Brand New Monday, you have a J5 as well. I think Lime or Flow is selling it. And it's not much different from the J7, it's just that the J7 has the best specs out of everyone. So without further ado, let's see what the J7 has to offer people who buy this device. So first off, let's talk about some specifications. Now the display on this device is 720p. Believe it or not, it looks good, but it's just 720p. This goes to show that most people can't tell the difference between a 1080p, 720p, or even a Quad HD screen. They all look gorgeous. The display itself measures 5.5 inch from end to end. So it's a pretty decent size display you'll have on this device, which is good for watching movies or playing game. I especially like playing games on this device. Yes, I do. It is just so big and beautiful. Moving to internals. So this device has 1.5 gigs of RAM. It's not a whole number, it's really 1.5 gigs of RAM. So this device is very strange out the bat. It also has an octa-core processor that is running at 1.5 gigahertz. I wonder if they just stuck with 1.5. So it's 1.5 octa-core processor, and it's an Exynos processor from Samsung. It also has dual SIM capability. Yes, dual SIM capability is built into the J7, which is a pretty cool option for people who out here, because people saying that Lime, or I keep saying Lime, Flow has the better call rates, but they don't want to give up their Digicel number. So you have no option but to go for dual SIM phones. And the J7 is a dual SIM phone. Moving deeper in the internals, again, you have 16 gigs of internal storage to use. Plus, unlike the S6, you have memory card option. Thank you, Lord. Memory card options. So you can also add a memory card to this device. Pretty decent. So, what else we can say? The front camera is 5 megapixel and comes with a flash as well. And the back camera has a flash as well, and it is 13 megapixel. Now, how good these cameras are, we'll show at a later date. We're just talking specification right now. Later on in the review, we'll show some sample photos. Also, we have a removable battery. Now people complain about not having removable battery. The J7 has the option for removing the battery and using another one, which is golden in this time of crisis. Yes. You know, right after talking about specifications, you're going to want to know what the benchmarks are like. So for this, we're going to our one and only. Yes, you got it. We're right there. So let's test this and see what is the score for the Galaxy J7. So the score for the Samsung J7 is 38,609, which is not that bad for a budget device, that is. And let's see where it is in ranking. Okay, putting things in perspective. It is lower than the Note 5, which is expected, and it is also lower than the Google Nexus 6, which is also expected. It's somewhere down the bottom of the list for this year device, but it still runs everything quite well, just not as well as the big dogs at the top. When did Huawei got to the top? Who cares about benchmark scores? It's all about if the phone can play the games that you like. Now I'm playing right here Need for Speed No Limits, which is the new Need for Speed. Let's see how it works. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Yeah, this is not bad. Okay, this looks pretty good, and it handles pretty well. So it's not bad when it comes to games, and this is a new game by EA, by the way, and it's handling everything good, and the graphic display is really good. It's not toned down or anything like that. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Apart from gaming, I have to commend this phone for two things: battery life and the fact that it has a built-in radio. You know how long now I don't see a built-in radio in a Samsung phone? And it works perfectly. Literally works perfectly. And also, the headphones are, but the sound quality, as long as you get a good headphone for this device, is really good. Playing MP3s on this is a pleasant surprise. Yes, it is. Just to add to the battery life what I'm talking about, this device has been on using for the past day and a half, and look at the battery, 52%. I would never see that on my Note, never. The battery life is phenomenal, I have to say. I got like the last charge I had to charge it, it was up and running for 3 days, no problem. I'm guessing it's because I'm not overworking it with Twitter like most people, but it is a really good device when it comes to battery life. Wow. I can just imagine when I'm going back to the Note, I'm going to cry. Yep, definitely. Now it's not all good because charging this device takes forever. This doesn't have fast charge. Fast charge seems to be a necessity these days, and I took it for granted. This thing will take literally 3 to 4 hours to fully charge from zero. You just have to plug it in and forget about it. Literally. So the J7 comes with the apps that you would see on Samsung devices that came out in the 2015, 2016. You have your Microsoft apps, which is your OneDrive, Word, OneNote, PowerPoint, Excel. You get your Smart Manager, which manages your RAM and your storage space. And you also have themes to theme the device. And it's running on, all of this is running on Lollipop 5.1.1. So it's not really an old Android system. It is actually pretty new. Yes, it's not Marshmallow, but how many people have Marshmallow? I have a Note and I don't have Marshmallow. So whatever. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the internals. Now we're going to actually move on to what the camera quality is like for the front and the back, and the video quality. And yeah, here are some stuff, but pretty much it is really good. The back camera is really good, but I am not a fan of the front facing camera. Sometimes you'll get good shots, and somehow for a 5 megapixel, the front camera seems a bit pixelated most of the times. Don't understand why. I don't know if it's a firmware update this thing needs, but I am not a fan of the front camera. Especially coming from a Note 4 that has 2 megapixels for the front camera that takes pretty much better pictures than this one. So in wrapping up, people, this is the J7. And you get a lot of stuff that you wouldn't see on a Galaxy S. So you get the radio, which is cool, and you can record it, save it for later. If it's the news or if it's a song you want to remember, you can record it from radio. You have the dual SIM capability. You also have your front flash, your back flash, 5 megapixel camera on the front, 5 megapixel, and a 30 megapixel at the back. You also get a pretty decent looking screen, although it's 720p. It's bright, it's vibrant. You can play any game you want on it and it won't stutter, although the benchmark scores are not off the chart. And it's pretty just an all-round device that is half the price of the high-end devices, but you're getting pretty much everything that Samsung can give you. Really and truly, I want a radio in the next S6 or S7. Yeah, I want a radio in the next Galaxy S. What's up, Samsung? People use the radio. Why did you take it out? So all in all, everything on this device is really good for half the price that you would pay for any premium Samsung phone. So if you're not in the budget to buy a high-end Samsung phone, this is pretty decent, and it will get you through the day, through a day and a half without any problem with the battery life. And you can use Lime, I keep saying Lime, or Flow in it with Digicel, no problem. There's just one thing to note. I really don't like the material for the back. Yes, it's plastic, but it's one of those plastic that actually collects dirt. It's not smooth, it's kind of paper feeling, and dirt just seems to stick to it like glue. You might don't want to get the white version. Trust me, it looks good, but it's not going to stay that way forever. So folks, thank you so much for watching my channel and watching my review on this phone. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please do. It helps me out a lot. And for everybody else, peace.